Hello, Site-42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Dr. Sherman's Office Hours, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director and Head Containment Specialist here at Site-42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for the last 8 months and counting, because the daily stream remains strong, I'm here to open my door to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff that contain them, the groups of interest who keep trying to stop us from containing the anomalies, it's really annoying, or hypothetical containment procedures about the anomalies that we do not contain because they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next 90 minutes to 2 hours. We'll see how the stream energy is today, being so close to Christmas and all. Oh, that reminds me. Before we get to the stream subject, let me do a little housekeeping. First of all, be librarian. Congratulations on being our #1 most punctual member of the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. Congratulations on being first chatter. Alongside you, Legendary Doge, Bombus ADHD, Cyrus, Notorious Gaming, Pixel Paradin, Game One Peeps, Rose Hill, Light Steve, Joseph Vote, Silent Follower, Amber, Alki, XL Official Games, Just Pit, Dr. Puppeteer, everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being members of Site-42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, Joey Smith, I'm a Big Head Bob fan, Heidi Rockwell, Roar Caution, and Happy Comics. Congratulations on being punctual to chat, and thank you for being here, just for being you today. Now, for today's stream, we have a very simple subject, a subject that will take place throughout the entirety of stream today, which is I forgot my Christmas shopping. And so, there are many, many, many SCP Foundation researchers who, for friendliness purposes or political coworker purposes, I have to have Christmas presents for. So throughout this stream, as I do the standard Q&A, we are going to be thinking of Christmas presents for the different members of the SCP Foundation staff. So, you're going to help me, right? You're going to help me, Containment Hazard Assessment Team. This is totally an ethical use of my Containment Hazard Assessment Team, because there is a hazard if I do not contain the ire of my coworkers. Yes, this is logical. So, thank you for your, in advance, help in this subject as we go through today's stream. Delicious. Intern Tundra Sherwood, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some eggnog on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, I have contained a cyborg ninja. Okay, a cyborg ninja. Well, leave it in a cell next door to the zombie pirate. They are mortal enemies, and if either of them breaches, the other will contain the other one out of pure malice. So, that is the way we keep them contained. Feels, thank you for your 8 months as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service, helping us to win the battle against the white names. Which Hatsune Miku songs is 999 allowed to listen to? Oh, the whole catalog. No. SCP-999 is very much into that level of saccharine pop positivity. So yes, the Miku catalog is open to SCP-999. Mittens, thank you for your 6 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site-42. We appreciate your membership and your service. I finished my Christmas shopping the other day. Well, la-dee-da. Someone's on the ball. Congratulations to you. I'm sure your loved ones are very lucky to have someone so thoughtful. Okay. Dr. Sherman, are the Markipliers still out there? Researcher vote. Let me check into the Markiplier situation with the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. The last I saw, they had breached into Canada, which was very unfortunate, but I mean, what? Are they gonna munch on some poutine? I'm not worried about that. We still have them in the continental North America, as far as I know. Oh, okay. They did, in fact, spread a little further into Canada than previously. We are currently up to 2,141 locational anomalous presences. That's not as bad as it was. It was only at 2,109, so that's only a gain of 42. Good number. So we're still maintaining the hold, but yes, it would be nice. Then, listen, the Containment Hazard Team has it on lock. Containment specialists are on the case. The Markipliers will be contained. Don't worry about it. I love your shirt. Well, thank you, intern Pink Blob. I decided that we needed to be in the holiday spirit, and I have been informed that Bumbles bounce, which is a very useful anomalous property of Bumbles. Dark Duality, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some fruitcake on your way past the commissary. Oh no, there are some darker Vocaloid things, also Miku on YouTube. Okay, well, Miku on YouTube, that's not surprising to me at all. My question, though, is, what do you mean there are darker Vocaloid things? Are there darker Miku things? Is there some very adult-oriented, gruesome Miku that I should be worried about exposing SCP-999 to? I'm not familiar with any Mikus that aren't very sugar pop cotton candy levels of pop music. Keep me abreast of the situation. Mittens, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a bit of roast beast on your way past the commissary. Have you tried going to Walmart and getting some presents for your coworkers? They have gift sets. Now listen, Mittens, I do not, as an SCP Foundation researcher, have to deal with a lot of the American political and capitalistical landscape because of the insulation of Foundation staff members. But screw Walmart, man. They're, the amount of resources, the amount of government funds they take to pay their employees to even get to a minimum poverty level, those guys are dicks. Guys are dicks. Now, of course, if you need to shop at Walmart because of financial situations of your own, it is understandable and you are not the enemy, but they are an enemy. They're stuck in my craw. I'm grouchy with them. Dr. Sherman, the stream title as a typo, by the way. Minute spelled with a W. I don't know if that's on purpose. Tiger Claws Gaming? It is not on purpose. But it is in the spirit of the situation, so I don't deign to change it. That is just proper for the amount of hurry I'm in, unfortunately. It's too appropriate to change. King of ADHD, dog, come on, I work there. Yeah, and I doubt that you're the enemy. I would bet that you're being exploited by the enemy. So, no, I do not fault you. We got to do what we got to do to get by. No ethical consumption under capitalism. We got to do what we got to do, but they are kind of yikes. That's all I'm saying. You deserve better, is what I'm saying. You deserve better than you're getting, and I will hate them until they give it to you. Dark Duality, thank you for donating again to say, I'm currently guarding at least 5 naughty elves. Yes, do not let the naughty elves out. They are causing chaos all over sites across the Foundation. It is upsetting how easily they breached our security. Keep those naughty elves locked up. Dr. Sherman, opinion on Busch Gardens. What a highly specific question. Intern Cobra, as someone who has worked there in the past and it was at least treated finely by them, I have no ill will. And if you are a Holla Scream type employee, then you are my brother in arms. 7 years working in the haunted houses. Dr. S, are you gay? Well, Nico, I am on the asexual spectrum, which means I am part of the LGBTQIA section there. That's what the A is for. So if that's where your gaydar is landing, then I guess yes. But ace is the proper term. Also, the SCP Foundation is a very pro-LGBTQIA community, so you're all welcome here. Dark Duality, thank you for donating again. Fan-made songs about real murders and yandere stories. Ooh. We're getting very dangerously close to the true crime fandom and all of their exploitation of serious situations with varying levels of sensitivity. I see. Well, SCP-999 should not be exposed to that content, for sure. All right, first and foremost, first on our list of Christmas present receivers for the day, what do we get Dr. Alto Clef for Christmas, everyone? You see, I would consider getting Dr. Clef something that he would enjoy in his off time, such as a new ukulele. But of course, Dr. Clef has a ukulele. And, of course, sometimes you might want to get someone who is so aggressive, I say in a very small term. Perhaps you would want to get them a backup ukulele. But of course, you would expect Dr. Clef to have a backup ukulele. And sometimes backup ukuleles get smashed on the heads of people who deserve it. In which case, a backup ukulele could be useful, but I would not be shocked if Dr. Clef has a backup ukulele. It's perplexing. Boy, don't run away. If you're going to invade my office space, at least say hi to everyone. Criminal, think for a moment. Boy, why do you flee? Why don't you come say hello to everyone? If you're going to be all up in my grill, at least say hi while you do it. Researcher Charlemagne is here. Has questions about the Christmas presents. I did get your Christmas present already. Yours is not here yet, but it will be here. Oh, you think that Dr. Clef should get a backup ukulele? Why didn't I think of that? Very wise, Researcher Charlemagne, very wise. Okay, Dr. Clef is getting a backup ukulele. This is perfect. All right, thank you for your help, Researcher Charlemagne. I'll be right back. Now I need to go get some allergy medicine. That was for you. Dr. Chair, entertain them. All right, we're back. Get Clef a completely indestructible ukulele. Well, intern Milk, the problem is that a completely indestructible ukulele does not have good acoustics for playing. You strum and the echoes are just all off. Trust me, the indestructible ukulele is not the way. A backup ukulele, that's the way. All right, let me get to some other Q&As before we continue with the next researcher. Dark Duality, thank you for donating again to say, does Clef have a bag for his backup ukuleles? Well, you see, alongside Dr. Clef's very strong rivalry with one S. Claus, Clef has taken on some qualities of Mr. Claus over the years. While starting in the early days as a very thin-as-a-rail, obnoxious bastard, he has grown over the years to be more of a jolly, plump, bearded, obnoxious bastard. And so alongside that does come a comically large sack for the ukulele, and the backup ukulele, and the backup ukulele, and now the backup ukulele. So, you know, I think we're covered on that front. What if we try to have SCP-049 make his zombies help the Foundation? Well, first of all, Intern Omen, SCP-049 is an object, not a person. It's the same rule for all SCPs in containment. They are objects, not people, which means they are its. Not he's, not she's, its. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. And second, 049's zombies have never once helped the Foundation in any way, except for culling excess staff because they were killed and turned into zombies. So, if you want to kill some staff to get them off the payroll, then yes, that could help, but that's really the only good thing they are, well, good for. So, not super helpful. I see a Ko-Fi notification here. Let me grab that before I forget it exists. Be Librarian, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some charcuterie on your way past the commissary. Gotta go to draw more of Murphy Law, since he refuses to leave my head. You know what I'm going to say. Murphy Law, SCP-3143, is an it. Is an it, not a he. Please practice proper pronoun protocols at the Foundation. Have a good stream and I'll be back on the VOD. God, this thing is too good of an article. I can't get enough of it. Well, the Murphy Law articles, I admit, are very entertaining. Murphy Law's anomaly, starting in SCP-3043, then SCP-3143, and then there are so many more, go to the Murphy Law Hub, is that every narrative surrounding Murphy Law turns into a pulpy, low-class film noir script. Purposely bad. It's not good film noir. It's messy and stereotypical, but that's what makes it so delicious. It's like the bad nachos and cheese you get from the theater. It's just, they're not good for you, but you eat them anyways because they're tasty. And so, yes, Murphy Law is fantastic for reading its documentation. Yes, enjoy that. Monster Check It! Thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Get yourself some eggnog macaroons on your way past the commissary. Hey, Doctor, it's me, Dr. Monster. I have a gift for SCP-999. Okay, but gifts for 999 are highly regulated. What kind of gift is it? It better not be a goddamned Monster energy drink. I tell you what. What if you asked SCP-294 for a cup of the pestilence? Intern Arctor, everyone thinks they're clever when they ask that, but it just says out of range, which leads credence to the idea that it's not a real disease, you delusional bird brain bitch! Dr. Monster, thank you for donating again to say, a knife and a beer. Well, I've already taught SCP-999 how to wield a firearm to defend itself from those blender brains that want to harm it. But I don't think it's going to be partial to the beer, because it is, how you say, not sugary enough. So maybe, if the beer is a sour, then maybe that might... I'm kidding, it's a teddy bear. Oh, well, thank you for donating again to clarify, and yes, that will be fine. Lava Tiger, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some hot apple cider on your way past the commissary. Merry Christmas, Dr. Sherman, Overseer here. Since it's Christmas, I am announcing it's Pizza Day, and we'll be giving out gifts at the cafeteria. Oh, an early Pizza Day. We weren't supposed to have SCP-458 until next week. Oh, well, thank you, Overseer. Yes, a report for pizza and gifts in the commissary. Congratulations, everyone. And thank you, Overseer Lava Tiger. Is it possible it's out of range because SCP-049 is extra-dimensional in origin? Well, Dr. Smythe, I don't know the answer to that. Extra-dimensionality is not taken into account with SCP-294 because it only can reach things within our dimension. And the idea of R049 being from another dimension, that sounds pretty far-fetched to me. I'm used to finding multiversal SCP-049s, don't get me wrong. You're all familiar with the revenge quest to cat-made waifu every single SCP-049, but I never took into account that we might have not our own 049 and that our 049 is from another dimension. That's, I'll have to dwell on that for a little bit. Thank you for giving me some food for thought. B Librarian, thank you for donating again to the Ko-Fi to say, adding to the madness of Murphy Law is the already canon friendship it has with SCP-423, codename Fred. It and Fred are such a duo, and I've been seriously contemplating writing and drawing them together as talked in the server. Murphy's chaos and Fred's chill, perfect clash. Yes, Murphy Law is a little bit of a loose cannon, while Agent Frederick is loyal to the Foundation and more level-headed. So any escapade between the two of them would certainly be of buddy cop level proportions. And hell, if you want to draw them, I am always in the mood for more art in the world, let alone of one of my favorite SCPs. So, feel free. He only reads out donations. That's not true, SCP-999. I read out plenty of white names and non-donationary text as well. Although, donations do get first dibs. That's just gratitude for their generosity. But yes, I read plenty of non-donated texts. Although, if you are not donating and hoping to get your question read, it does help to make it something enticing for me to answer. Very, very base, simple questions, especially ones I get all the time, I'm less likely to answer. But if it's something unique, something interesting, then you're much more likely to get caught. This is just a standard chat behavior as well. Other streamers will react the same way. If you say the same thing as everybody else, you're not going to get chosen out of the crowd. But if we are a writing community after all, so if you can think of something creative, oh my, you'll get the streamer's attention very quick. Although I make no guarantees, because of course, there are 105 of you and one of me, so you never know exactly what the odds are, but we all do our best. Dr. Monster, oh no, let me start with Overseer Lava Tiger. Thank you for donating again to say, Dr. Sherman, you might not like this idea, however, since it's Christmas, let's at least decorate our most hated silent tree, just this once. Why do you think SCP-4521 deserves to feel pretty? Actually, I take it back. It did scream this year, finally. Now, under the most extenuating circumstances, but it did scream. Perhaps, just this once, SCP-4521 deserves to feel bonita? Curious. I'll contemplate. Dr. Monster, thank you for donating again to say, Doctor, there's a FNAF VHS where William after deep fries a baby. That's messed up, right? Oh, of course, those VHS branded analog horror tapes are always a level of controversial and out there in order to entice views. So yes, the multiverses where those things take place are off the wall. Thankfully, they're not official canon, much like offsite content is not canon the same way the SCP Wiki is. Otherwise, things just get wild out there. Cypher's Girl, thank you for your 7-month member message as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I'm taking 035 out for some Christmas fun. No, you are not. That is against protocol, and you know it, you monster. Put it back. I saw a Ko-Fi notification. I need to get to that so I don't forget it exists. Just Pitt, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Thank you for going to the Ko-Fi, which has a 3% tax on your donation, as opposed to the 30% tax of YouTube Super Chats. We very much appreciate you going through the effort to make sure your donation goes further. Make sure to grab yourself some hot toddies on your way past the commissary. Hey, Doc, Junior Researcher Pitt here. Too bad researcher Talleyrand can't celebrate Christmas with the others because they have to contain that horrible SCP that asks for Xbox games and cars and cheeseburgers. What a sacrifice. And I just hallucinated them smacking my head, too. Oh, Junior Researcher Pitt, I know the containment of SCP-3999-J is such a tax on researcher James Talleyrand, physically, mentally, socially. I mean, they can't even get out and enjoy holiday celebrations with the rest of staff because they are too busy containing that dangerous Keter entity with that hot tub and full-stocked liquor bar and expensive wines from Italy. It is such a shame that researchers Candy and I'm sorry, it just chokes me up. Researchers Candy and Baby Doll and Spice Mama are left to tend to him in his danger. But if that's what it takes to contain SCP-3999-J, alongside a full library of Xbox games and a custom go-kart course, then Godspeed, Researcher Talleyrand, and thank you for your service. Please, in case you're unfamiliar, the SCP-3999-J documentation speaks on the legendary containment prowess of Researcher Talleyrand. Dr. Sherman, can I put a picture of SCP-096 on SCP-173? Intern Davis, you need to learn to be more creative. I mean, did you know that if you put a picture of 096 on 173's face, you can still look at 173's feet? It's all the way down there. You can still look at 173 without seeing 096. It's just not clever what you're saying. Get your prank game better. What are you doing? Are you a noob? Have your troll skills left dormant? Do better! Livia, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a candy cane on your way past the commissary. Also, consider an extra thank you for your generosity since you didn't send a message with your donation. Mopern and John the Adventurer, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Dr. Monster, thank you for donating twice more to say William Afton, not after. Well, thank you for correcting me. I may have misspoke, pardon me. It's been a long day. I'm sort of panicking at the Christmas present buying I have to do for the other staff members, which we need to catch up on, but I'm still trying to keep up with the donos. Actually, since I'm still writing my SCP, what parasitic SCPs do we have? So, what you're going to want to do, Dr. Monster, is you're going to want to go to the SCP database. And while you're on the SCP database, you're going to want to go into the search function in the top right corner of most pages. And then in the search bar, there is a third bar. So let's start here. So in the top right corner, you'll see search. And then on the third bar, you'll see search by tags. So what if I do the tag parasitic? Well, oh me, oh my. Is that a tag for parasitic anomalies? Which will show every anomaly tagged as parasitic? Holy damn. Look at how well you can see all the parasitic anomalies, Dr. Monster. Go nuts. There's a lot of them. You're quite welcome, Dr. Monster. I'm happy to help your SCP Wiki journey, as well as any of the others of you who are looking for certain kinds of SCPs. I'm happy to help. The tags are new, right? I don't get it. Hazy is confused. Hazy, no. The tags have been around for years. You just gotta learn the ropes of the site. It's just practice, baby. All right, next up. Cypher's Girl, thank you for your first donation as well as being a member. Grab yourself some turkey leg on your way past the commissary. Me and 035 are already heading to mountains. They're super excited to play in the snow, but don't worry, I'll bring them back before New Year's. I am sending security staff at you. You are not to release that anomaly. They will capture you. So hide as you might, you are not going to have a fun time on your mountain adventure. The Yule Man is active. I have to get security when I'm on winter vacation. Well, yes, intern Barker. Obviously, we are in the Yule Man's window of activity. SCP-4666, codename the Yule Man, is active between December 21st to 22nd to the night of January 1st to 2nd. The active phase started yesterday to today. So yes, if you are above 40 degrees north latitude, living in an isolated rural area, then be aware of any elderly males between 2 and 2.3 meters in height with an extremely emaciated appearance standing naked outside of your house in the snow. Which, honestly, it doesn't matter where you live. If there is an extremely emaciated naked man standing outside your house in the snow, you should be worried regardless, because that is a problem no matter where you live. Dr. Monster, thank you for donating again. I must go now. We got a few 939s escaping again. Lock them up. We cannot have a bunch of rough and tumble pups ruining Christmas again. CD23, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some tamales on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, are you spending Christmas with SCP-729? Just do. Oh, you think you're real funny. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, let's have some laughs. Bring up that thing. I'm spending Christmas nowhere near that thing. Dr. Monster, thank you for donating again to say they're in the vents somehow. Do you know how big those things are? Those things? Wait a minute, no. 939s. Endothermic. 2.2 meters tall. Over 6 feet tall. What vent do those dogs even fit in? Why do the 939s fit in any vent? Why do we have air vents that could fit a standing 6'6" person to walk through? That doesn't make sense. Who built this fucking site? Oh my God. We're here. We're here. Site 42 staff, someone said it, and now we get to have some fun. Hey, desk. Hey, desk. You weren't here yesterday, so you missed our research section. Did you watch the VOD? Have you found out what SCP Wish I Knew is, desk? Desk, have you discovered what SCP Wish I Knew is yet? Oh, Desk. New information for you. Huh. You see, Desk, you see, I've been seeing the name SCP Wish I Knew in the comments and in the chat. And I've been thinking, man, that's a very specific phrase I keep seeing. I wonder what that is. And so yesterday, I finally caved. And I went to go see what it is. And you know what? It's the new SCP-67 meme, my friend. We got a new one! Oh boy. Can I find the original so that we know what we're getting into? Oh, of course. Of course. There's an SCP Wish I Knew 10 hours compilation. How could I doubt YouTube would do that to me? So, here we go. What is this? I don't know. Full volume. If you can't hear it, it's singing. Wish I knew. Wish I knew. Wish I knew. Wish I knew. Don't you wish you could see the sexy dance I'm doing to the ooh. Wish I knew. We got a new one, everyone. 2 in 1 year. 2 in 1 year. SCP DeviantArt is here for you. Desk, I just knew you wouldn't want to be out of the loop on this new discovery we made yesterday. I just thought you would want to know. You'd want to be in the loop. I ruined Christmas. Hey, we still got 2 days till Christmas Eve. It could get worse. But you know, honestly, for all the people who speak on SCP's demise, who say, oh man, SCP hasn't been relevant since Containment Breach 13 years ago. It's a dying community. I used to be able to say, oh, well, I mean, there's more stories being written every year, so clearly that's not true. But they didn't read the site at all, so they didn't know, and they don't care. But in 1 year, Year of Our Lord 2025, 2 different SCP brain rot memes. I'm just saying, they're not SCPs, they are brain rot, but when people think of horror on the internet, when people think of things that are weird and crazy and anomalous, it's still SCP that they think about, baby. When you see something spooky on the internet, it will be attributed to the SCP community because we are those bitches. We are that bitch. We are that guy. Top of the heap. Everybody knows it. SCP community. Internet horror and weirdness can't escape us. I would rather correct people about things not being SCPs than not be talked about at all. I'd rather be in the conversation. And so you know what? I embrace SCP-067. I embrace SCP Wish I Knew, because that means that we are still on the tip of the tongue, baby. We are still living rent-free in the internet's brains. Let's go! I need some eggnog. I got a little overexcited. What's in the eggnog? Oh, well, intern ice scooper. This is a local brand to the San Francisco Bay Area called Bud's Eggnog. And it's Bud's Eggnog with a liberal amount of anomalous fluid of a bourbon persuasion. Happy holidays. We are after work hours, after all. Santa was real, but he done got contained. Intern Christian C. We have 5 different Santa Clauses in containment. So, which Santa are you talking about? Because we have 5 of them. Which is, ironically, the same amount of Jesus that we have containment. There are 5 SCP Jesus entities and 5 Santa Clauses. That's just a weird coincidence. All right, I've been ranting for a hot minute. Let me catch up on some donos real quick. Dark Duality, thank you for donating again, but this time to the Ko-Fi. Beware! One of the naughty elves, before it was caught, urinated in one of the beverages. It should taste sweeter if it is the spiked one. I hate that. I hate that, Dark Duality. I need you to throw away all of the beverages, because no, reset them. Thankfully, my combination eggnog and anomalous fluid is not that, and is quite, not sweet. Cypher's Girl, thank you for donating again and saying, security is really easy to bribe. They are gone now. Well, I guess I'm firing security. And now I'll need to wait to get another security force. I hope it was worth it, you tools! Enjoy life in the civilian realm again. How about them boys? Ask sir, what is your favorite SCP? Well, dem boys, I always say my favorite SCPs at the end of stream. It's kind of a tradition around these parts. So, you can wait until the end of stream, which is in approximately 45 minutes to an hour 15. Or, you can donate and ask, and I'll just answer for the donation. That's a fair exchange. Or, you could go to yesterday's VOD and then watch the outro because I say it at the end of every stream. So, cheat as you like or wait till the finish. And also, how about them boys? Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Dr. Monster, thank you for donating again. That's why I'm confused. How did they get in there? They're so large. I don't know how a 6'6" puppy gets into a vent. Who made the vent that size? I need more intel. Keep me posted. CD23, thank you for donating again to say, that's it, Dr. Sherman. I'm locking you up with 729. The fuck you are! I will end your whole career at the Foundation. Just you wait. Intern Mario, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Go ahead and get yourself a 1-up mushroom on your way past the commissary. Has anyone checked on Plague Doctor? I feel like we should get him a little treat. Now, first of all, SCP-049, like every other anomaly, is an it, not a he. SCPs are objects, not people. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. But you're saying a plastic one, obviously. Well, yes, because SCP-049 stops the biological processes of anything it touches with its skin, which includes plants. So yes, it should be a plastic tree for sure. But if you want to do that, it's coming out of your wage. So you make that call. Dr. Monster, thank you for donating again. Doctor, please help. The 939 are getting out of hand. I mean, lock the vents at this point. If that's where they are, lock them in there. We'll figure it out later. Raccoon Dog, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some deep fried bacon on your way past the commissary. Hey, Doc, where's all the trash from Christmas celebrations heading? Gotta know for cleanup. Listen, you want to rendezvous with the Department of Achromatic Abatement for that? They handle all the waste after banger parties like that, so they'll give you the hookup. Desk of Alto Clef, thank you for donating to today's stream, despite the fact that you work here. Make sure to grab yourself some delicious eggnog-flavored varnish on your way past the commissary. SCP, wish I knew the fish was a loop! Yeah, you wish you knew the fish was a loop, but you know the fish isn't a loop. You're welcome for being on the right side of history for once. Dr. Monster, thank you for donating again to say, they're both in and out of the vents. Just send some mobile task force, please. Listen, Cypher's girl just fired a whole security staff, so we're understaffed right now. You're just gonna need to, I don't know, get some duct tape for the ducts. Rave Haven, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some beef jerky on your way past the commissary. I'm immune to SCP-999. Can I have therapy, please? That's rough, buddy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, talk to medical. They'll hook you up. I didn't fire them. I bribed them to get them off my case. Didn't Dr. Sherman fire them? You got them fired. I had no choice after you did what you did. No. You can't pin that on me. That's your fault. And they're going to have to talk to you and themselves for accepting the bribe, by the way. You for the bribe, them for accepting the bribe. I, who fired them for doing the wrong thing, take no responsibility for it because it's on you. Get it together. Okay. Second, we need to get a Christmas present, although I don't want to, for Dr. Gerald. What kind of Christmas present do we get for Dr. Gerald? Hazard, a car or a tank is the wrong answer, because they will then be the hazard. Think, hazard, think. Dr. Gerald can't drive. We know that. New Balance sneakers for all the walking he has to do. Hey, okay, desk, you're barking up the right tree. I think we can do better than New Balances, though. There's got to be better walking shoes out there. Driving classes. Amber, if only that would work. If only that would work. You know what we get, Dr. Gerald? Not just some walking shoes. Not just some nice walking shoes, as Desk suggested. Ha! Yes, Desk, Crocs, because I'm mad at him. That's great. But also, just to be nice along with the Crocs, which are very funny, Let's get Dr. Gerald 2 of those walking sticks that are like skiing sticks, but for power walking. I think that would be funny. Let's get Dr. Gerald some walking sticks. I think that would be fantastic for Dr. Gerald's non-car driving ass. So Dr. Clef gets a backup ukulele, and Dr. Gerald gets walking sticks and walking shoes. Lovely. To everyone say, give Dr. Gerald high heels. Those are for riding horses, initially. They're meant to keep your feet in the stirrups. They're not actually meant for walking. Walking in them is a silly thing that culture has done to women, and they actually deserve an apology for that. They're horse-wearing shoes. I don't know how they became walking shoes, but they're not right. You wear the right shoes for the right job. Rave Haven, thank you for donating twice to say, get him a toy box car like a Hot Wheel. No, because that would get thrown at my head, and it would hurt. Not as much as an actual car being thrown at my head, but still, ow. I got it. Get him some Heelys. Nothing. No. No, you know how that will go. Site announcement. Another instance of SCP-6221 has been discovered on site. Be aware, SCP-6221-21 is a Betamax tape with the title, The Night Santa Went Crazy, crudely written in black permanent marker. It is an exploitation film with a copyright date of 1973. Despite this, the film is attributed to being based on the Weird Al Yankovic song of the same name, which was released in 1996. The film closely follows the plotline of the song. On Christmas Eve, Santa attacks the elves in his workshop in a drunken rage, holding them hostage, and murders the majority of his reindeer. The film follows the later, extra gory version of the song, where Santa Claus is shot dead by SWAT. Place of delivery, Area 9, Duckwater, Nevada, so I'm very confused that it got here. Effects. SCP-6221-21 caused an intense distrust bordering on phobia of Santa Claus, which, to be fair, is a natural and healthy thing to have. Dr. Clef is right about that. When confronted with images of Santa Claus or an individual dressed up as Santa Claus, they will attempt to flee, or if they are unable to, they will attempt to violently subdue such individuals. Jokingly referring to this phenomenon as claustrophobia, within the presence of viewers of SCP-6221-21, has resulted in, you saw nothing, 5 concussions, 4 broken fingers, 3 bloody noses, 2 chipped teeth, and a single broken knee. So, be aware. That tape was discovered on site, and I very highly hope you didn't watch it. Dr. Sherman, you can't post on public social media. Intern Buck, pay attention. This is not a public stream. We are, through deals made with Alphabet, Google and YouTube's parent company, streaming through very secluded algorithmic channels that only go to SCP Foundation staff members. Now, they might be rank-and-file staff, they might be sleeper agents who just awoke and maybe don't remember they were staff, but they are. And if that's you, your mission dossier is under your chair, so good luck, agent. It also goes to agents embedded within groups of interest for double agenting purposes. It also goes to civilians in universes where the masquerade is broken, and we need a public relations front. And so, in all that, we do not beam to break the masquerade. The civilian population is still in the dark about our machinations. Intern Mario, thank you for donating again to say, speaking of gifts, the crew and I took up a collection and we got you a back brace because you keep carrying the weight of the entire operation. Hear, hear. Someone understands the work I do around this place. Hi, I have been thinking of you. Intern Jones, that's either very sweet or very concerning. I'm curious as to which I should be. See, for the last, Intern Wids is here quoting the SCP Wish I Knew meme, which is, again, the new SCP-67 meme. But the thing is, every time I hear that, all I do is I return to the song Wish I Knew You by the Revivalists. I wish I knew you when I was young. We could have got so high. It's a catchy song, and so, you know, even if it's a weird brain rot meme, it reminds me of a good dancey song, so can't be that bad. Officer Kin, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some figgy pudding on your way past the commissary. This is Alpha 1. How are you, sir? Well within reason right now. We're an hour into a 90-minute to 2-hour stream. Things are going swimmingly today. Ruh-roh. Barker VA. The characters you are trying to figure out are called Dr. Lachlan Cairns and Dr. Elias Shaw. Those are two replacements in the quantum folds of the multiverse of There Is No Canon for that character you are speaking of. Dr. Lachlan Cairns and Dr. Elias Shaw. Speaking of SCP doctors, what should we get Dr. Gears for Christmas? Dr. Gears is a notoriously difficult researcher to buy a Christmas present for. If only because Dr. Gears is so that we can't get an emotional reaction to tell if Dr. Gears actually liked a present or not in the first place. So, what is useful to Dr. Gears? Because we can't rely on a sentimental present. Intern Christian. Ask him what he wants and then amnesticize him? You are the genius of Christmas gift giving. I just say, that is a great strategy for anybody if you can perform the less necessary subterfuge. I'll keep that in my back pocket if we can't think of anything. You know what? I'm actually going to go into the database for this. Do we have any mentions of Dr. Charles Ogden Gears during the holidays? This tale mentions Gears wearing a hand-knitted wool Christmas sweater, which, if given such a thing, and wearing it under his lab coat means he liked it enough to wear it. So, that's good. Can I find any other mentions of Gears in the holiday? I'm not seeing much else. Get him socks. You know what, intern cooling? Socks is a very practical present, and Dr. Gears is a very practical man. And instead of Christmas socks, perhaps we get Dr. Gears a cadre of interestingly designed socks that Gears is able to wear year-round to show some personality without being too audacious about it. Perhaps there is some sort of charitable sock club run by some popular internet nerd that gives very well-designed socks as well as charity functions. Some sort of awesome socks club. I wonder if that exists somewhere. Let's put Dr. Gears on the awesome socks club train if we can find such a thing. Amber, you said Green Brothers. Well, if they're green, perhaps they are under the effect of some sort of anomaly. We should send them to medical and have them ungreened, wouldn't you say? Intern Extra, you're asking for a time check. We are currently at 68 minutes out of a 90-minute to 2 hour stream. That leaves us between 23 and 53 minutes left. Mobile Task Force Captain Sin, it's been a while. Good to see you in the chat, and thank you for your 4-month message as a Mobile Task Force Captain here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Give Dr. Gears some gears. He might like it. Also, do I also get a gift? I've been staying in my containment without breaking it once. Well, I was not intending to go holiday shopping for the anomalies. That is outside of our purview as researchers. After all, you are not staff, nor are you people. You are objects. And you don't get objects Christmas presents. Except for some in the pasta physics division believe that the ethics committee thinks that you should get anomalies presents to improve morale. And if that's you, well, that's on you. You can have maybe tomorrow we can talk about getting anomalies presents if enough members of the pasta physics division approve. Then maybe we can talk about anomalous Christmas presents tomorrow. Yo, the stream got so many likes. Oh, you are correct, Intern Pitt. We are currently at 202 likes to 110 viewers. Congratulations, Mobile Task Force I-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. You have hit that likes button so aggressively that the YouTube algorithm is sure to bring us more viewers. And those viewers will find us and go, oh wow, the SCP Foundation has a presence on YouTube? And it's this awesome? Hell yeah. And that's how we get more fans in the SCP community to help us support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc. We could have an SCP fandom as big as the Marvel fandom. AAA games, feature films, television series with famous directors. And it will happen within our lifetime if we all team up and stay together. So thank you, Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed Signal Boosters, for your service. Keep hitting that like button and let's make this signal as strong as it can be. Ta-da. I have a charcuterie board. Want some prosciutto? SCP-953, that would be very nice of you, although I am more of a salami and summer sausage fan, but prosciutto is good in moderation. What are you getting for Steve, and also how is he doing? Steve, leave the room for a minute. So, Steve is back in action. Steve is fully recovered from the situation. No new intel on where they sent him or what they sent him with. Steve, no matter what nestic treatment we put him through, it's all just a blur, unfortunately, but we're still investigating that situation. That Chaos Insurgency troop has to be freezing in whatever hole they've held up in. But we can't let them leave the perimeter, and so security forces are still active, although they are getting rather tired with the extra shifts. But we can't let them escape with that intel, so we just have to figure it out. Dr. Sherman, I got a present for you. P.S. Don't mind the suspiciously SCP-72. 9-J. Shaped wrapping job. Oswald, I swear to Vor Jesus. SCP-5991. If you wrap and send me that thing, I will decommission you myself. I don't care that it takes 7 anomalous spears. I will find a way to hold a spear in each hand, that's 2, and a spear in each toes grip, that's 2 more, that's 4, and a spear in my teeth, that's 5, and a 6 spear clenched between my butt cheeks, and a 7th spear that I'm not even going to tell you where that one's coming from, but I will end you all on my own, Scarlet King. You watch yourself. Researcher Gilbert, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some prosciutto on your way past the commissary. I found the Spear of Destiny in the closet. Take it. Don't take it. We need it for stuff. It's in containment in the closet for a reason. And also, it doesn't appreciate being outed, so there. Wait, would it even be cannibalism if a human cooked and ate SCP-049? It's a weird redacted idea, but now I can't get out of my head. No one is planning on eating you, Plague Doctor. What a weird thing to have stuck in your head. Go take a nap or something. Weird. That doesn't seem ethical, says the ethics committee. Well, you would know, wouldn't you? Are we getting Kondraki? Because this is something I have from a time that I was obsessed with butterflies. A beautiful green butterfly brooch that he could wear. It would be pretty. Yes, we do have to get Dr. Kondraki a present, because in my universe, Dr. Kondraki was not unalived by himself or others, as the conspiracies may say. So, Dr. Benjamin Kondraki is alive in my universe, and therefore needs a present. So, you have a butterfly brooch, that's nice for you, but I need to get Dr. Kondraki something. What do I get Dr. Kondraki? Well, I think about that. What eggnog brand are you sipping? Intern Carter. In my locality around the San Francisco Bay Area, there's a local brand called Buds. And Buds is the brand of eggnog that I partake in. He's dead in some universes, ? I'm sorry, what ? The death of Dr. Benjamin Kondraki is a canon event in a lot of SCP universes. Luckily, not ours. But Dr. Kondraki, some say, ended his own life for reasons. And some say that the apparent suicide was a frame job and that Kondraki was actually assassinated by members of the Foundation for reasons. There's a lot of conflicting stories regarding that scenario, so be cautious when reading files about it. Wait, Buds like Bud Light. Intern Isaiah, Buds as in B-U-D''S, while it is the same word as Bud Light. This is Buds, a local ice cream chain that also makes eggnog. Maybe I'll just get Kondraki a new camera. Camera technology has proceeded so far in our current day and age. And yes, every cell phone is a camera in and of itself. But Kondraki is really an analog guy. So perhaps a nice new camera for his photography would be a nice way to go. And I'm back. What happened while I was gone? What the fuck? First thing I hear is apparent sewer slide and something about Kondraki. Rosehill, the Kondraki end-of-life stories are quite a large part of SCP canon. You should investigate that more at your leisure. Whether it was a suicide or a murder, that's up for grabs, and that's up for the canon you're reading in. But that is a pretty big piece of SCP canon in the modern age. Are some SCPs nice, like the Infinite Cake SCP? Well, first of all, Intern May, 871, the self-replicating cakes are not nice. There are over 200 cakes, and if they aren't eaten by human beings, no anomalies are allowed to eat them. If they aren't eaten by human beings within 24 hours, then the next day, 2 more spawn. that means 400 cakes. And if 400 turns into 800, and 800 turns into 1200, and no, 1600. If it keeps replicating and doubling, then the entire human race is going to be drowned in cakes across every land mass and water mass and die. The self-replicating cakes are not nice. They are an Apollyon event waiting to happen, which is why we do our jobs and get the mate. Okay. What do we get Dr. Sumerian for Christmas? Dr. Sumerian is a complicated fellow. Ethics Committee Liaison. Constantly attempting to be killed by the universe, but anomalously lucky to dodge said assassination attempts. The polar opposite of SCP 7000, Dr. William Wallace Weddell, who is supremely unlucky. Honestly, could just get Sumerian a bottle of bourbon. I would not be shocked. We get him cinnamon. So, Puppycorn, are we thinking Fireball? Fireball, cinnamon whiskey, Fireball? Fireball for Sumerian, cinnamon whiskey for Sumerian, Sumerian cinnamon whiskey? I think we got it. I think we got it. Good idea, Puppycorn. Way to add on. Whew. Site 42 staff. I'm looking at the time and I'm looking at my energy levels, and I gotta be honest, maybe it's the holiday weight, but I'm feeling a little tired. So maybe this is a 90-minute stream. Maybe we sign off in the 7-minute mark. I think this is the way to go for the night. So we'll call it last 7 minutes. Last questions. Get them in. Dr. Sherman, do we know how fast SCP-372 is? Well, intern Star Nerd, I would have to look at what SCP-372 is, because off the top of my head I don't remember that anomaly. Peripheral jumper, is that what you're talking about? The peripheral jumper? Well, that's got to be a fairly fast anomaly. Creature of unknown genus, 2 meters long-headed tail. Muscle fibers are redacted for extremely fast and precise movements. .372 doesn't have a speed listed on its database document. I see online documents comparing it to the speed of SCP-173, which I don't think is necessarily true, because 173 covers a lot of ground when you blink. And the peripheral jumper, 372, it only has to stay out of your field of vision, which technically, your field of vision is narrower than not your field of vision. So it has to stay out of the small space by staying in the big space. But then it's only staying in your peripherals, which means it's actually staying in very narrow spots on either side. So maybe it is faster than 173. An interesting query. I don't have a way to research that, but perhaps we can run a test somehow. What's your opinion on sending SCP-682 to SCP-3008? Intern Scout, my opinion is the same as sending any other anomaly to SCP-3008. We're not going to do it! The Infinite IKEA is an unpredictable mess of survivors and entities that are called the employees. And the door moves every time we go in there. If you lose sight of the door, it moves, which means you're trapped. And that means that A, our people who built the cage and all that couldn't get out. And B, besides the staff members we'd lose, SCP-682, which is basically immortal, mostly, means it has a statistical certitude to eventually find the door and get out. So it's a terrible idea, and we're not going to do it. I know we talk about how SCPs are wrote for the wiki, but how do doctor site workers get wrote for the wiki? SCP-049. So, doctors are a weird thing, because at least on the SCP database, most doctors are minor characters in stories, if not author avatars. And so the place where most doctors are written is not in SCP articles at all. They are written in tales about them, and then they are written in the personnel dossiers, which are the SCP authors' pages, where they make their author page, they list the SCPs they've written, and then they also list personal details about their author avatar, in which case that is what they're allowed to put there, because it's their author page, they can do what they want. So, researchers and mobile task forces and the like, they are usually written into stories as side characters, so you have to have a main SCP to write before you write them as cameos in that. In the case of Dr. Sherman, I've never written Dr. Sherman into the site except for in one of my articles. The places where Dr. Sherman have shown up are references by SCP authors just putting a Dr. Sherman cameo in their work. And so, you work the character in as you will, or you write tales. And if you write tales, then you can write whatever the hell you want as long as it's a good story and people like it. Intern Tonk, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some bread pudding on your way past the commissary. Site-42 maintenance team here. We have finished the decorations in the infirmary. Happy holidays. Oh, well, that will be delightful for morale. Good work. How do you deal with the overwhelming amount of information the wiki gives, including stuff with groups of interest like Dr. Wondertainment, where everything conflicts itself, but also puts itself together? Intern Silly, the way we do that is there is no canon. The quote, "there is no canon," refers to the policy of the SCP database, that you pick what you like and you leave out what you don't. There are plenty of articles on there that contradict the headcanons I enjoy, but in the SCP community, there is no unified canon, therefore you do what you want. Now there are the individual canons that are written and collaborated on, and within the canons, these facts are true, but outside those canons, anything goes, baby. So, write what you like, ignore what you don't. Canon is as canon does. I'd want to be an SCP writer, but I can't bring myself to write things like that. I feel too cringe for some reason. Interred Milk Cola. Reminder. The SCP community is a fan fiction website. That's all it is. Everyone who writes on it is cringe. It is a fan fiction website. All of you in my chat are cringe. I myself am massively cringe. If you're ashamed of being cringe, you're ashamed of being alive. We live for the art and for having fun and not being ashamed. Jiminy sakes, write what you want. Who cares? Have fun. Be free. The SCP Wiki is essentially one level higher than a standard fanfiction site when it comes to quality. Because the fanfiction sites have no quality bar, you can just write whatever you want. The SCP Wiki has a community vote that downvotes things that aren't of a very low bar, but still there's a bar. But it's not exactly a great bar. Dr. Sumerian, friend of the channel and SCP YouTuber, has a great video somewhere in his oeuvre of the SCP Wiki is not professional writing. It's not high quality writing, the most of it. It's fan fiction. And I mean, come on. The science fiction stories of the pulp era, everyone who worked in Lovecraft's era were writing garbage. Just the same way we are. The difference is that they were writing it in a pulp magazine format. And all that survived the 50 to 100 years since then is just the best stuff that people keep talking about. The stuff of the SCP community are... the best of the SCP community is what's going to be survived and what survives the public consciousness. But that's still just whatever's most mimetic or is the rare high-quality thing. Just chill. Just chill is all I'm saying. Write what you want. If you got something to write, write it. And if it's bad, rewrite it and make it better. That's called the editing process. Get it critiqued. That's called the critique process. Don't fuss. Have fun. Don't fuss. Have fun. Hey mods, is there any specific way to have a higher chance of getting picked, like any other streaming sites Doc streams on? Intern Cyan, I only stream here on YouTube. We might later on spread to other platforms, but here's where we are for now. But I would say that A, if you donate, then I have to answer it, because that is a thank you for donating, clearly. If you are a green name, a member of the channel, I'm more likely to see you because there are less green names than they are white names, so they stand out. And whether or not you are a green name or donate, if you have a particularly clever question and I get lucky enough to spot it, I'm more likely to answer it. If you're asking the same boring questions we see 100,000 times every day in chat, I'm less likely to answer because I might have already answered it that stream. But if you think of something fun to react to, I mean, what am I except an improv actor? You give me a good pitch for me to yes and, I'm gonna hit you. I'm surprised you've never streamed on your TikTok. Well, Lord Milk Cola, I did stream on my TikTok. I prefer YouTube as a platform. It just works better overall for what I'm trying to do. All right, Site 42 staff, we are at the end of stream. And as always, at the end of stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. But of course, I'm not going to tell you the SCPs I personally wrote are my favorite. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to These Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects to. And while you are on that author page, next tab over from the SCPs, there's some links. Some links that people are very curious to find. They're always asking in the chat, do you have a da-da-da-da-da? And I say, yes, but it's an Easter egg hunt. You have to look hard to find it. And they never find it. They need to try harder. They're just not brave enough, smart enough, strong enough. But that's not you guys. You guys here right now, you're the brave, the smart, the strong. You'll find the links. And while you're at those links, you could become a Site42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly, or do Ko-Fi donations or YouTube super chats to donate to us once at a time. Either way, we completely appreciate your direct donations. They are the fastest way to keep Site42's lights on, so we thank you very much for your generosity. And if you're part of the Broke Gang, trust me, we're an arts community. We understand starving artists. As long as you are doing the like, share, subscribe, and comment mambo on our videos and streams, as well as on the videos and streams and games of fellow SCP content creators we support. Remember, we had a surprise inspection yesterday. We checked the comment section to make sure you were actually commenting. Make sure you don't forget. When you do those, you are helping Mobile Task Force Site42, codename the Signal Boosters. And because of your support, we get a stronger antenna to support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc. And when the SCP community grows and works together, we get better projects, and that's what we're all here for. So, guys, Desk had to bail 15 minutes early for Dungeons & Dragons game. I'm not going to hold Desk from Dungeons & Dragons. Don't worry, Desk is alive. Desk just has to run a Dungeons & Dragons game. In fact, if I don't leave fast enough, Dr. Chair will miss out, and then everyone will be mad at me at the game. So I got to sign off so Dr. Chair can go join in. Desk just needed, DM prep time, so Desk has to get started early. Anyways, Broke Gang, if you're a member of Mobile Task Force Site42, codename the Signal Boosters, we salute you. Now, Site42 staff in no particular order. My favorite SCPs are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on the last one. It's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031-5175-5320, Content warning on the last one. It's a rough read. Site42 staff. This has been Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site42 of the SCP Foundation. I hope you had fun. I hope you had learned something at this Office Hours with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site42. Be safe, be well, and secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht, alle schläft, einsam wacht, nur das traute Hock, heilige Paar. Holder nahe ihm lockigen Narr. Schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe. Schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe. The credit song is Silent Night in German, because I know that for some reason. Be safe, be well, Site42 staff. Secure, contain, protect.